Hey everyone, and welcome to Book Lovers Unite. You know, if you've ever felt kind of stuck, or like you have all this potential just waiting to be unlocked, then this explainer is definitely for you. We are diving deep into the core ideas from an absolute classic in personal development, the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell.
Okay, let's just jump right in with a question that honestly, most of us get wrong. We have this belief, right, that if we just work hard, show up every day, do the thing, we'll naturally get better, wiser, more successful. I mean, it just feels like common sense. As we get older, we have to get better, don't we? Well, here's the shocking truth at the very heart of Maxwell's book. That belief is a total myth. The surprising answer is a big fat no. See, aging is automatic. That happens to all of us without us even trying. But growth? Oh, growth is a choice. It's an intentional act, something you actually have to plan for. So, if you're ready to make that shift from just getting older to intentionally growing, you're in the right place. And hey, if you're already feeling it, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to Book Lovers Unite so you don't miss out on more deep dives like this one. All right, here's a quick roadmap of what we're going to cover. First, we'll look at why growth isn't automatic. Then, why knowing yourself is the first step to growing yourself. We'll touch on the link between your self-value and adding value. How discipline, not motivation, is the real key. And finally, the ultimate purpose of it all, contribution. Let's kick things off with the first and maybe the most important law of all, the law of intentionality. The message here is so simple but so powerful. Growth doesn't just happen by accident. You have to have a plan for it, just like you would for a vacation or a big project at work. Now, Maxwell has this fantastic term for why we get this so wrong. He calls it the assumption gap. And this is the trap that pretty much all of us fall into. We just assume growth is passive, that it'll just happen over time. But Maxwell has a warning. If you're just going with the flow, you're probably actually going downhill. So, why don't more people plan for their own growth? Well, Maxwell points to these three super common gap traps. First, there's the knowledge gap. I just don't know how. Then you've got the timing gap, the classic, I'll start tomorrow. And finally, the mistake gap, that fear of looking stupid or failing that keeps us from ever even starting. So once you've decided, okay, I'm going to be intentional about this, the very next question is, where do you start? And that brings us to the law of awareness. Because you can't build a plan to get where you're going if you don't know exactly where you are right now.
This quote really says it all. You just can't improve what you're not aware of. Real growth demands an honest, sometimes uncomfortable, look in the mirror at your strengths, your weaknesses, and especially your blind spots.
Think of it just like a GPS in your car. If you want to get somewhere, what's the first thing it needs? It needs to know your current location. Without that starting point, your reality, it's impossible to map a route to your destination, your potential. You gotta have both coordinates to create the path. Okay, this next law, this is really the emotional heart of the whole book. It's the law of the mirror, and it's all about the powerful, direct link between how you see yourself and whether you'll even put in the effort to grow. The core idea here is that your self-worth basically sets your growth worth. If deep down you don't believe you're valuable, you'll subconsciously sabotage any effort to improve yourself. It's like you won't even feel like you deserve it. Maxwell uses this fantastic analogy. Just ask yourself this question. You only spend your time, your energy, and your money fixing up a classic car that you believe has real value, right? You don't pour all those resources into a clunker that's headed for the junkyard. The exact same thing is true for you. You have to see yourself as that class. All right, so we've got intention, we've got awareness, and we've got the self-worth to invest in ourselves. But what's the thing that actually keeps the engine running day in and day out? Well, it's not motivation. It's something way more reliable. The law of consistency. We are obsessed with motivation, aren't we? But Maxwell says it's a trap because it's based on feelings, and feelings are fickle. They come and go. One day you're fired up, the next, not so much. Discipline, on the other hand, is built on systems, and a system shows up whether you feel like it or not. That's what creates real, lasting change. So how do you build that discipline? With a simple system. Maxwell has this thing he calls his rule of 5. He just picks 5 small, specific things he does every single day no matter what that move him closer to his goals. This list here is his for writing. The magic isn't in any one action. It's in the compound effect of doing it consistently, day after day, over time. And that brings us to our final law for today. And this is the one that really gives all the others a much deeper purpose, the law of contribution. This law completely reframes self-improvement, turning it from something selfish into something, well, selfless. The main idea here is that growing yourself is one of the least selfish things you can do because you can't give what you don't have. I mean, think about it. If you're an empty cup, you've got nothing to pour into your family, your team, or your community. Growing yourself is all about increasing your capacity to help everyone around you. And this slide just nails the visual for that goal. Are you a reservoir or a river? A reservoir takes water in and just holds it until it gets stagnant. But a river is in constant motion, always taking in and flowing out, always fresh and alive. The whole point of growth is to become that river of contribution, not a stagnant pool of success.
So to kind of wrap it all up, the main challenge from this entire book is really a call to action. It's a reminder that all that potential you have inside you is a gift, but it's just potential. What you actually do with that gift, whether you grow it or you let it wither, that is entirely your choice. So I want to leave you with a question to really think about. Looking back at those 3 gap traps, which one are you maybe stuck in right now? Is it the knowledge gap, the timing gap, or the mistake gap? Take a second and be honest with yourself.
Go ahead and let me know your answer in the comments below. I would absolutely love to read your thoughts. And hey, if this explainer brought you some value, please hit that thumbs up and share it with a friend who might need to hear this. And of course, to get more explainers like this, make sure you subscribe to Book Lovers Unite and ring that notification bell.
Thanks so much for investing your time with me today. And just remember, the most important lesson of all, growth is a choice. I really hope you make it today. I'll see you in the next one.